join me in a little bit of more progress made since the last video I did on the castle, which I think recently the War Thunder edit came out literally today. I was gonna say yesterday, but I saw it last night. So technically this morning. Oh boy, right. Other than that, you should go check out that video. So it's the War Thunder 20 battles, whatever I fucking called it. I did some subtitles for like the first 5, 6, 8 minutes, and then 2 hours later it's like, yeah, can't be asked anymore. Let's switch it to a montage. Anyway, the first half was the most entertaining bit. After that, it was just me just coping and seething, pretty much playing War Thunder, which is nothing new in that regard. So as you can see, what have I done to this is I've added a small storage shop, even though these little things for torch holders or barrels as well. But essentially, it's a tent pitched up, or it's a gazebo. It's a cover. It's a tarp. It's an annex. I don't know. A bunch of barrels, a bunch of chests. Basically, I'm just expecting some dumped equipment, dump arrows, supplies, and I've got to probably just sort of figure out, make a little camp. It's kind of like a training yard almost. Kind of, like I said, it's kind of, this is almost the worst defense point of the castle because you're really quite open. I mean, you're like normal castle height now. You're not super safe over the walls. You're down here. You got the causeway, which technically we're here defending, so no one can blow up the pillars. And then over here, it's kind of not important because if you really wanted to, I could probably create a third entrance here, and then the causeway isn't so tunnel-necked, but it makes sense. If I was going to make a third entrance, it'd probably be some sort of bastion-style fortress that has a small link on. So technically, you're not, because the entire point of this castle is actually quite defensive. Because to get in the castle, there's a defense point and there's theoretical gates you could drop. Though I never really actually built any gates, but you could theoretically have it gated off. You have arches on the air. You've got the entire causeway, which is fairly open, and you come up to the main castle wall. And it's quite well defended. You got these, you got this, you got this entire section around here. And I think I did, well, I copied it. I made the towers and managed to use the clone tool to copy them over to the other tower. I decided to go some weird sort of building of red and kind of to catch your eye for no reason. But I'm used to building weird blocks around here, and I have built the weird blocks. So, and then this comes down here, and I don't think I've done much else here. Unfortunately, I've not had that much time to. Well, you've had the time, but just not had the effort. I haven't put the effort in, I will admit, to do more than this. But you know, technically, I can waste my time out on my own time. I waste it my way. So, what to do? So, if you've seen the title, you probably know what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm umming about what I want to do. Do I want to finish out the Sparta Hall, or do I want to do the Arch? How about we do both? Right. Renovating project. I did say I might tear this down survival, but I'm technically... Do I want to do that survival? And... Do I want to clear this land in survival for fun? I ramble a bit. I could do. Huh. Need an anvil, don't I? And if it's Architect V, might help. Shit. I can play Minecraft. I am qualified. Is it a smithing table? Because I didn't... you forget this world was created before Neverite, and that's a weird thing to say now, because Neverite's been a few years. Never. Smith. So you need an upgrade. I've never actually done this at all. So Smith upgrade. Never. Right, ingot. Make a copy. And this should probably be enough. Grab some random food stuff. And yeah, perhaps we can reuse some of these blocks in the recreation, see how far we get along, but that'll be probably another video of rebuilding this, but I guess I could turn it down in survival. Game mode, survival, there we go. Because technically I have done this previously, because the original dugout area in front of the castle was dirt, and that's probably where the shovel's actually from, to be fair. I just probably have to command me some chests or whatever if I've start running out of space. Which I probably will have to do. Probably give myself some scaffolding as well to get up and down. That'll be a future problem when I get to it. So, yeah, ramble a bit. Yeah, the Warfare video came out, the edited, so next week is the 2 separate hour-longish clips. One's over an hour, one's like just an hour a bit. So yeah, they'll be coming out for the next Monday and Friday, so that's not important because you've already seen them, so this is not, yeah. Unless I upload this as an early episode, which makes no sense because I've got a video explaining why I'm playing on this world again. I just consider that a lost block and go whoops. But yeah, now I think about it, you've already seen them. They would have been out for like a week or two because I've managed to get ahead. I mean, what I can talk about is the live stream I did yesterday, which did not live stream. So, problem was, the computer was getting quite warm, it is quite stuffy, it's still quite buggy today, it is quite awful. Thinking now it's not running hard, but I think Colony Survival has done some updates with its particle effects, its pathing, it was running harder, so I turned down the graphical settings, which did cool it down, but in the background, because I've got a new monitor, because I've used the old one with the old computer, well, around the corner, shall we say, and yeah, so I bought myself a new monitor, matching pair now with my right monitor, my left monitor, both same size. It's not the 24, it's 27 and 27, so that's a upgrade and a half. But playing Colony Survival, got about 10 minutes in or so, pretty deep, and then about the 10-11 minute mark, my headset kept disconnecting and reconnecting. You kept hearing it, but I didn't realise afterwards. I had a quick flick through the video and it was being a pain in the ass because it didn't want to load. It was doing the weird live stream to video thing on YouTube. Where I thought I was disconnected, I was still connected at points. So it was honestly just freaking the fuck out, because I opened up the sound setting in Windows 11, which is a bit weird because you have to right click and dig out, and it's not as easy as a drop down bar in Windows 10, because Windows 10 was a lot nicer for that, and same for the internet, you have to open and right click a troubleshooter thing, or it's not as what you would claim as clean. And yeah, it kept jumping to my new monitor, I think. Or the old one, I wasn't quite sure which one it was jumping to be fair, but it was jumping to one of them. I presume it was my new one. Which was odd, but probably because it was the last added audio device. Because it kept forgetting to, well, basically, the actual headphones in the sound setting kept disappearing like it was being slightly plugged. I filled with the back of the wires in the box. It felt fine, it's a Bluetooth headset. It shouldn't really, it's supposed to Bluetooth to a box, so it shouldn't really be doing that. I mean, I've got new batteries, that was a bit of concern in my head. you know it's one of them. I think I'm gonna grab some scaffolding quickly. Slash give yes scaffolding. But yeah, so after shite, I almost went flying off station. Right, so after trying to mess around with that and getting somewhere with it. I was panicking if I was falling. I'm not used to scaffolding. Ow. But yeah, basically, after achieving what I wanted by resetting the headset to the right thing, it kept undoing it again, and it kept having this loop where I couldn't figure out why. And then as soon as I closed down the game, I closed down the stream, so it was working. So potentially, it is the stream or the game that was ruining the game for some reason. Probably some more of these. So yeah, for some reason, the game was having hissy fit at me, and then it was also messing with the headset, and it was like, okay, the game's not quite happy because the computer's running a bit warm, and then it was, well, it was running fine. It was running. It was actually because the game used to have a weird thing where it was doing the weird stuttering, as I mentioned before, where I looked and it was actually jumping between 114 to 214 frames. So yeah. I'm not wearing armor. Honestly, this is why we need scaffolding, because I am doing stupid stuff like this. So yeah, basically the game normally I keep freezing because I keep doing stupid stuff scaffolding, but yeah. So basically the game kept doing the weird thing where it was jumping between frames. I don't know why it was doing it. So then obviously they've updated stuff. They added new pathing. They've added new particles effects. The game's kind of been no, it's been worked on for a while. Fucking game. But yeah, that'll be enough. But yeah, so the game was running, kept jumping again. It had like almost a stuttering effect when it was playing it, but because it didn't have a frame rate limiter, I was kind of like, oh, my hands are tied. But it was running smooth now. It was actually running perfectly fine, visually wise. It felt good. It felt smoother. I said the computer was running warm, but it was also warm as well. So I didn't know if that was more me or it was just warmer, or could have been a bit of both. And then, like I said, the audio hit just decided to take an absolute dump on me, which is a bit annoying. But what can you do? get myself some more scaffolding. I might as well just block this off, and then I'm not having issues because I want to reuse some of these blocks and kind of. Like I said, I said I was going to modernize certain things, and I'm not sure how much I actually want to modernize, but. I do want to modernize this arch, because if you haven't noticed, well, you probably should notice, I will mention in the next video, and the bell's going off, we're just car going past, there is the fact that it's not even on both sides. This thing was kind of, I think, don't know what I was doing at the time, but this thing was built in a weird mindset where I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. So, I think it was built while eating at the same time, so it's one of them things where I've just made it and gone, after the fact, I've eyeballed that completely off-centered, and so yeah, it just exists. And perhaps, who knows, I don't build enough in survival as it is. I like building, so I play in creative, if you didn't know, and sometimes I play survival. But perhaps, even with cheats, I should build this in survival, and well, I'm tearing down survival at least to make it seem legit, and because I don't want to, this. The castle itself has had some changes done on the housing on the inside. I don't want to add scaffolding that side before I get to that any further, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, there's a few things that changed on the inside of the castle. There was a couple of houses which were rebuilt, but they were done quite quickly. They were like built and then a day or a couple of days and changed. But some of this stuff is sat here for years, and some of it's on video as well. So I don't really delete stuff from video. I mean, there's some stuff I don't mind keeping because I kind of like the. I'm a sucker for the original beta, early born Minecraft block palette, and it's like. I mean, technically, if you ignore the sea lanterns, this entire thing is the OG stone slabs, bricks, cobblestone. I mean, whenever stone bricks was added, which I think is it was in a later beta. Because I remember having on the old computer opened up a beta Minecraft. I played that a little bit. Who knows? It's one of them. I think potentially I could build this mainly off the original blocks. I might have a colour palette. I might grab some newer blocks that existed, or I might not. And the question is, do I build the same size? Because it's quite grand in comparison to the rest of this until you get to the main castle. So do I build it greater? Do I build it thingy? Do I go full new style in? Do I put dents? You know what I mean? It's like the full. Am I just rebuilding this to be like a stone archway that's better and bigger, and or I'm building one that's cleaner, or I'm building one with more detail? It's kind of, I say better and bigger, more even, should we say? That's kind of what I mean. You want better. I wouldn't say bigger really, because it is like its own. To be fair, it was built at a good size. Like the Arc de Triomphe, if I've got the right French landmark, it's kind of it sits right, even though it's probably sat there and then they built around to make it look right. But you know what I mean. Its presence was, if you ignored the lopsidedness, did feel nice to the rest of the area. So. It is a point of on this where it's like, do I do this? Do I do that? But yeah, it's also good to be working on this world. I mean, I can't believe it's still 5 days. I don't know if the actual playtime has moved up. We can check the statistics. 5.3 days. It's days in it, so that's half. That's 12 hours there. That's fine. So it is, 'cause I said it does work off. I mean, some of these stats. I've used a shovel 50 billion times. 12,000 bricks. 11,000 planks. 22,000 stone. I think I've done this in a different stream or something. 18,000 slabs. 43,000 cobblestone. It's one of them. I have done quite a lot. And the fact that it's such a timepiece is also my nostalgia of not being as a confident building more, and kind of building it has also changed quite a lot in the game. I mean, the game, in my mind, this probably started, if you want to use Hermitcraft as a mental thing. I remember probably part way through building this of finding out like Mumbo in like late season 5 or mid season 5 or something after. Then it was like, I think that was like, we're talking 7 years ago, if not coming towards 8. Because this word is old. So yeah, you're talking years ago, so. Because I knew of like Green and that. I mean, I used to watch the old the bunny hat guy who did the Japan thing, because that was like, ooh, that was interesting. It was kind of oddly neat to have that sort of weird roleplay thing with that. And I watched Green more, and it was like, yeah, okay. Then joined Hermitcraft. I was like, oh, it's one of those things. I've jumped around on YouTube a lot in the early years, and I regret not watching some people like some of the Rooster Teeth content as closely, but in the same breath, I was also a little bit too young and then too old to enjoy. Because it kind of, I remember finding them in early 2012 with the original Minecraft, and it's like, oh no, too young to keep swearing, and then I got too older, it's like, I missed the prime. But watching back, I mean, you can still watch stuff, they're still doing stuff occasionally in the old reunions and odds and sods. Right. Rip this down. The question is, do I do this as one episode or do I do this as two? Because it's already taking this long. I'm sorry, guys. I just keep building. I mean, I might as well just keep going. I know it's gonna be a long upload, but I've got to wait for shopping at some point, and that means I'm not going to be recording, and I've got time. I know streams technically go up to a higher quality and a little bit better, but oh well. It just gives me more time. So I think next week is the final exhibition I have for my Unicorns. Da 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 da. Celebration. Cheers. Whenever that gets around to happening. I honestly don't get scaffolding. I remember building on a world of side of a skyscraper, this massive scaffolding thing, and it's like it kept getting wider and wider the higher I went up to keeping the space because of the lack of supports. There we go. But yeah, so the original Rooster Teeth, the achievement hunter nonsense. I remember back in the day that was the thing, and it's like never was Red versus Blue. That was a later in life thing. That was like mid-high school. That Ruby. I mean, that was because I watched Red vs. Blue and thought, you know what? I like this weird indie jank. It's one of them. Like I said, that's where I was a bit too young and a bit too old. Because I was probably too old to find the appeal in Ruby when it was first launched in 13. Also, the fact is that I was not interested in that. I didn't, well, wasn't aware enough. But I was also probably, well, especially the original demographic were probably gone, yeah, not really. Wouldn't have gone, I would have watched that. I would have gone, no, I want to watch what I want to watch, and that is that. But the same, left too young to fully get rid of versus Blue, and all the swearing in that would have got people going, stop doing that, watching that, you know. Whatever. Too young to get some of the arty shots and all that on time. It's like, it's one of them. It was only like a. You think about it now. What I said 2012, 2011 was it Minecraft that they did? It's honestly just like 3 years. There's a 3 year period where I did not pay attention there, and that's one of them where. I mean, I was doing other stuff. There's the Yogscast. There's fucking. Yeah, there's a peak. There was peak YouTuber, 2012, 13, 14, and then I think 15 to 16 is when I went. Oh yeah, they exist. Getting all the high school and all that. And now I'm 21. Halfway to probably turning 22. For fuck's sake, this place is miserable. But you go into that now, probably a decade after going, oh yeah, they exist again. I think I remember rightly. I remember them midway through Minecraft. I kind of got back into especially the Minecraft achievement once was the mid Sky Factory part. And then I think after a while I kind of got a little bit not fed up, but we had like Trevor and Alfredo got joined, which the problem is I was like, it's always when new people join, it's a bit like, but you kind of like them. And then you had Fiona, you had who else joined after that? I don't remember. Anyone who joined after that, to be fair, they kind of fell off that point. But also, I remember the episodes getting less and less people after a point. And it's kind of like, yeah, well, it was nice while it lasted. Because it's not that. It's one of them. I don't mind the new people. It's just sometimes it's a bit of like getting used to and what does your mind think and all that. But the same breath, all the previous people did very good jobs to fit in and kind of mold well. And it kind of lost it a bit, I think. And right at the end, it's kind of hollow. That's also nostalgia, having the rose-tinted glasses effect as well. To be young. I mean, thinking about it now, I remember watching a video of Corrales and I think I watched probably once or twice, but then I go back and watch stuff now, it's like, there's people around, there's Tobuscus, back in the day that was trending stuff for being young. I mean, Game Theory's over, that was a thing back in the day. Never was overly into it, but I did always watch occasional thing. It's weird, I kind of don't remember what I used to watch early YouTube. Like I said, I was too old to be that obsessed with it in the sense where it's like, yeah, I can watch stuff and be obsessed with it, but not make it your entire personality sort of thing. Like kids now with Fortnite, where it's like, okay, yeah. That's also kids being older than they should be in that sense, because it's kind of online presence and probably why I'm obsessed with Star Wars, because the Clone Wars was definitely, well, 2008. So it's about probably a season or two in pretty well, and it's like, yeah, I'm here for it. I mean, it's one of them. But hey, Rooster Teeth still exists, so stuff might come out of that. I mean, the RT shirts and all that were nice. Who knows? I mean, there's been fan edits of everyone playing together on streams, so that's like, I've watched one or two of them. I think I've got a tab open on the on our archive for the achievement notes and stuff I might watch after this, and yeah, all hope is not lost. Who knows? I might just time lapse this video down and edit. I don't know. It's kind of I got comments today asking me to speak a bit louder and a bit, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm probably not speaking loud enough clear, but you turn up and yeah, I hear myself fine on my headset, so I don't know if it's user end more YouTube end, but in same breath I know my headsets are quite good, so I can hear things quite clearly, so I don't have to think overly loud. And I kind of speak a bit fast, you know, it's like sometimes I remember because I was subtitling the Wolf and video, then realizing I put massive ass black gaps in, and I was like, oh no, they were shorter in the editor. Oh, for God's sake. I think this just shows you how big this arch is, and I was like, I'll just tear down survival, be quick and easy. How about this? I end this here, because I don't want to get too long really, but I'm also just rambling. I don't know, do I end it? I'm fighting my own issue of, is this actually going to be watching? Is this actually going to be watching? Is this going to actually be interesting to watch, or is it going to be boring as shit? But who knows? Let's go in a bit longer than I might. Oh, I want the fun as well. It's warm. I mean, what we see, I don't know. I've got to the towers. I'm still on the rim. So it's well then speaking. You appreciate more the scale of the build, and that was fact was built in creative. I think I was using commands. This might have been one of the early command experiments, which is probably half the reason why it's not exactly square, because I was just kind of going, yep, yep, yep. It is kind of, like I said, it is a little bit daft what I'm doing, because I should just say it's kind of, I can go into creative and grab more blocks when I want to build this and have a run through all my blocks, but in the same breath, it's one of them where I kind of want to reuse these blocks for the, not emotional, because I never really was emotional about this arch. I always kind of disliked it was unevenness, but I kind of love a lot of worlds, and none of them have actually felt sacred, and this is probably the closest one where it's been like, yeah, I just over time put time into it for no reason. I was kind of, and then mid-high school, which is when I realised, oh yeah, I just put years into this technically, because even though I never played massively long on it, and when I did occasionally, the time obviously popped up. I always, every time after school, popped in, did a bit, popped out, changed, played another game. It's kind of slowly and surely made progress. And the feeling when I got all the walls done was great. I mean, the South of the Castle was one of the last things I did before on the old computer, and that was nice and all. It's just like all good projects, there are side things you do, which are neat. Uh, Honestly, I'm trying to think of more classical YouTube stuff to ramble on about, but like I said, it's that long ago now. Well, 2012 is 10 years, it's now probably 12 years, no, 13 years now, since 2012, before then, early day YouTube. I mean, you've got like the Lords of Minecraft, the DBZ, Dwarves vs Zombie stuff, which is, Amy's Rob's still around, but yeah. A bit sad it's behind a paywall for the archive, but you know, it's your own footage. At the end of the day, you can delete what you want, you can hide what you want. But that used to be my background. If I'm going to play a game and watch it in the background, have honestly fun as that. And then now it's gone. You practically, you know, it's one of them. You don't know what you have until it's gone, and it's like, oh, I wanted to watch more of that. I still. But time is good because you know it brings success, it brings fun, but also the fact is, unfortunately, like with Lords of Minecraft, was it kind of lost its early soul, which was the collaborations, and then less and less people were on it, less and less collaborations, and then it just came little of them, and then it was time. But that's what happens, and that's what happened to me, because you know, life's getting somewhere, and I try to set my own business at some point. It's in its early days yet. It's kind of get the website started, get it where I can, advertising elsewhere, and then start taking orders and hopefully trying to make money and not fail. If not, I'm gonna have to get I'm probably gonna have to get a proper job anyway, but a proper job to cover for actual earnings while the company grows. It's cool and all, but life's shit. Growing old is a bit shit. I've only collected 4 sea lanterns. I'm kind of thinking, I kind of want to, I might plaza this down. I don't know, do I want to plaza? I said, ripping this down now, it's making me think, and it's kind of, I'm rambling, and also just wondering, do I want more down here? I mean, I could put a little town down here if I really want to go that extreme, but I think the arch needs to be rebuilt, and then that could be streamed potentially. Don't know why this is just being recorded. When I stream, I do a video. When I record, I do a stream. Activity, should we say? But yeah, it's one of them. Well, honestly, there isn't a lot of old YouTube left. I mean, there is. Because Hermitcraft's you've got Doc, you've got Kralish, you've got Rendog, you've got Etho. Okay, that's some shit. Of course, never watched. I occasionally popped at Etho videos years ago, but never that into it. That was more technical stuff. So that was a little bit like kid me. Well, I mean, still watch Yoko's Cast, mind you. The Jeff Factory series 2, season 4, is it? Whatever it classes as, but Jesus Christ. Casually watching that and it's at 100 odd episodes now, it's like, that's a bit of a breeze. But, because it's, not just because it's Minecraft, well, it is good because it's just, because it's Minecraft, that was the first selling point to me to watching that again, and being more involved. I'm not too for the Yoko's Cast did alright, because I don't actually mind. It's like, they've got a lot more women in, it's like, oh, cool. And they're quite nice, quite funny, it's quite, you know what? I don't mind. They kind of... The thing is, the Nerdcasts, they've always rotated around people. I mean, you've got some of the old lot, I don't know what happened to them. I mean, it's just one of them off the internet, and... I mean, I think Zoe's still around. Now's he's in there, or he came back really. I mean, there's the stripping and Benja, whatever his fucking name was, I don't know. I know Stripping's still a streamer, I think, around, but it's one of them. I feel like I just fell the same trick twice, the same trick twice. So there's still people around. I mean, it's one of them. A lot of times it's real life and actual jobs. If it don't make you money. And honestly, it's a big sacrifice. I mean, as much as I would wish to be a full-time YouTuber, ish, it does come with its own issues, its own. It's kind of like the actual career I'm going into. It is a tough industry to crack. When you crack it, you're good. But it is cracking it. I mean, I've probably got more of a chance now because a lot of people typically have a deeper voice than I do now. Or when I did at their age, did well early on. I mean, you think probably all the big YouTubers, they probably started in their 30s, in the early 20s, especially if they're 30, 40 now. And it's also, the fact is, it's friendships as well. It's never actually, not to be some mopey, I never had the very most largest friend group in the world. I mean, I've got people I know and dealt with, but life gets in the way, and also being, I know, I always felt a little bit tired of asking, are we going to do this, are we going to do that, especially a certain Matthew. It's like, okay, I've asked him 12 times, so Discord is just me DMing him. But it's one of them, that was more his fault for leaving his computer running, so he never actually knew when he was on off. But yeah, there's no bad blood in that sense, it's just like, oh hi, we get to play again, cool. But that's life. I've gone very real for some reason this episode. But yeah, it's like, I still message Shaft occasionally. I think if fucking airport lad. Still message, still Jan much. Sorry, last Christmas. So it's one of them. If there's a gap, we can play. We put a bit of Farm Sim, the recent one. Not played it since really, but I think the problem is we never had a good game. We want to just stick our nose in and get good to. It's like Farm Sim's alright, but it's a slow burner, and it, like playing this for like 5 hours straight, it will drain your will, and you want to jump around, do something else, you want to refresh. But at the same breath, there's been days where I've been away. I think his schedule is like free on, free off for his shifts and that at odd times, early in the morning and such. So unfortunately, like if I could actually probably look now, you can get a Space Engineers thing. Yeah, he's not on Matt's on, but he's on idle standby. But mind you, it's partway through a Friday day. Things happen. And in the same breath, being stuck on the computer the entire day is probably not the most healthy thing in the world. But being a student does generally give you a lot of free time to poke around, especially with my job's actually on the computer, so I get to stick around and do shit. So yeah, basically, I'll explain my business plan a little bit. It's not going to sound like an actual business plan, it's going to sound like me rambling about crap, but essentially, I need to, the next mission is website, is find one which costs so much, and then start making something good out of it. I mean, hopefully I'm trying to buy off like a company to host off and then build off of, so I don't have to. I don't know coding. There's AI now. You don't really these days. You don't actually have to struggle too much with the details of it. You just have to ask AI to make a quick little code, and you can do it. The industry's got a lot more open than it has previously with knowledge-wise, but in the same breath, it's got a lot more vast and a lot more lower. Hicks can do it. It's one of them. And I used to work somewhere doing sashes, and about doing sashes, it's like I've got an internal guilt there a little bit because like, oh, but I've done that there. I was like, but yeah, there's a bit of self-interest that needs to be pushed on my end a little bit. And I am being a bit lazy, I won't deny. There are times where it's like being told you're not doing enough, it's like, yeah, true. But in the same breath, I don't want to make steps and jump too far ahead. I mean, my excuse of the end of your show is coming to an end, so me being a bit lazy is not gonna be a good answer for much longer, but oh well. Enjoy the time I have while I have it. And yeah, this is where I need to be more regimented, like how I got the channel to be breathing again, having viewers and actually sustaining itself in the sense where it's like no one's actually watching stuff too. People are actually watching. Just constant uploading, which I'm still keeping, but it's one of them. I could probably spend 10-20 minutes and do something if I had to. But it's also a hobby at the end of the day. And it's one of them when you start thinking about what people do up on the internet, it's like, oh, I forgot I exist on this. I hope no one else, I'm not going to advertise this too much. Who knows, I could always create a YouTube thing and link it. Well, do I want to link my YouTube to my professional career? Who knows? Yeah. Probably despawn with critical items. But yeah. You. But it's one of them. Potentially the end of the show goes well, and it's. I know on my front, like buying Adobe, I'm waiting. I don't want to buy it before the school systems run out. I'm gonna have to log out and basically, if I'm abandoning the student email and the student Adobe, so if I need it for the end of your show, I've kept hold of it because just in case for a little bit. But as soon as the end of your show is done with, I could technically log out of it and don't need the passwords. I don't need the accounts. So it's one of them where then I can bite the bullet of actually going, yeah. Because we were discussing it in class, and it was like, whatever tutors we have, and it's like, yeah, you could probably get a student discount. It's like, yeah, but that would require what? A student email. And I don't really want to be doing anything too dodgy because it is meant to be business. It is going to go down on the tax thing. It's one of them where you have to be a little bit more. Because potentially I can get benefits. You British taxpayers, I will get more money out of you somehow. But yeah, it's one of them where technically, because I'm a small business owner, I don't have a thingy income. You can go, well, yeah, you can get this, you can get this, you can do this, you can need this for tax, you need this for business, you need kept all receipts for the accounting, and it's like technically you shouldn't have to pay tax in your first year, but it's kind of, it is a commitment where it is a little bit scary. I'm also trying to be prepared that I will potentially just chuck all my money down the drain that I've saved up, and it's one of them. And that I've saved up, I've probably got a good, not to brag, 10 grand. I know it was just over 12 last time, and I mean it's probably just under 10. I can't remember. Was it now? Is it 10, 9 grand? Okay, let's keep it around 10. I can't remember what it says exactly. With the odds and sods and the loose ends, and having it in like 5 different places saved up in ISAs and all that nonsense. But it's one of them. What I've earned from the odds of jobs I've had, glass collecting, making some short form content for a little bit, as I've recently done some Xbox party things for friends. It's like, that's 90 quid I've had in cash, which normally gets borrowed off by my mum, and then I get returned to. So it's like, okay, all it's spent on booze in a pub. It's that I've done, because I worked in a place where I made sashes for refilling of Amazon stock, so that was a bit of money coming my way. It's like, I am a bit of a Scrooge in that sense. I am a hoard. My money's, but it's one of them. It is a commitment I'm trying to get myself tied into, so who knows. I wish for success. and hope for it as well. I'm questioning how I've built this now. I'm gonna go down again and grab a thing, aren't I? But hey, it's one of them. I think 2025 is going to be the year where I really see if YouTube's something that I can keep going on. I mean, I've been absolutely humbled by a comment I had from my live stream in the last TF2 stream where someone was like, "I've watched you for 2 years." It's like a regular viewer. They exist, and I mean, on the analytics, I know there's always been a couple. There's been like just scraping by like double digits, average wise, where it's been like, "Oh yeah, you've had returning viewers of 7, 8, 6, 9 occasionally." It's like, okay. It says that, but to actually have someone pop in and go, "Oh, by the way, hi, subscribed," even said finally got an account. It's like, oh yeah, this guest counts as when I was young. I've never had most of the, I say most, before high school, I never had a fucking Google account for YouTube, so it's like, oh, well, I still technically don't, but I'm borrowing this one. Oh, I sort of half stole this one, but it's one of them. Is that all the blocks? There's not more. Maybe this should be a bit cleaner. There's no over ledges. It's just straight down, essentially. But yeah, I mean, they've got a business email made. Who knows? Like I said, I might actually create a YouTube video for a promotion video for what I'm doing, and then have it saved as that. So then it's always linked, able to be linked to. Maybe private, may not be. That'll probably have to be public, but who knows? But you know, it's one of them. Well, with YouTube and archiving, pretty much everything that I've saved up didn't fucking fail, and even then, some stuff that's failed is still archived. Part of me wants to go back and watch stuff. Part of me can't stand myself my own voice, but I've sort of realised when it's things are noted down of, by the way, this was a year ago, this was 2 years ago, this was 3 years ago, this was 5, this was 7 years ago. It's like, oh, the march of time in that sense. And it is frightening. And it is a concern because you realise what have you achieved. But who knows? One day this channel could boom, and it could have an. It did boom randomly. Look at that the one video that did 28 and then a couple thousand, so it could hit the right stride, the right algorithm comes in, and this could, for some reason, this old channel, it's 8 years old, because people typically make channels and make new ones for new things, and it's like, yeah, that'd be cool, even though it may algorithmically make more sense to have a new channel. I don't think I will. I think I'll just stick with it and see where the wind blows, in that sense. Because it could, honestly, it could just be a dead weight of the channel where there is an algorithmically issue where, since how old the channel is and it's not getting views, it's not doing this, it's like it's not pushed as much as newer stuff potentially or whatever. That probably is a fact, but it randomly boomed. It could randomly boom again. It could just pick up steam. And with a catalogue of probably things that I probably shouldn't have said at times, it's just quite concerning. You think with AI, jokes, thingies. At the end of the day, there's untold hours of footage, so I don't think anyone human enough can actually look through everything I've done and said to pinpoint anything too wrong. Thankfully. I mean, I know Traff, I've probably got enough of Traff, to be fair. I should honestly have a compilation just Traff saying shit, but as a joke to him, but every. But I've kept the memories, I've kept the video, I've kept the evidence. It's like cool. And the same breath, as even if YouTube never does anything spectacular, it exists. It is my mark left in history for humanity to probably go, what the fuck's all this for the rest of the internet crap, but I've still here. Still doing stuff, still making stuff. And yeah. You never know, there's a plane crash in India, you could die tomorrow, for all you know. So, to say that I've actually done something and left a mark is pretty impressive, saying it, I can't say the same for what I did. I mean, studying, you do odds and sods, but LinkedIn is a couple hundred views there, a lot more consistent than here to be fair, but no one's going to remember you for that, because it's kind of, you're more cutthroat, you're more ruthless, but here there's, I suppose you've seen me age, there's probably the maturity of me in some senses improved. But then the same breath, there's also points where I lost effort. I mean, the amount of technical difficulties I've gone through this channel is fucking. It's like 3 times a year for a couple of years. I mean, these past probably few years has been probably the most clean of technical issues I had. As I'd never liked using OBS or Bloody Streamlabs, it's always had fucking issues. Oh, I've also another thing to note, I've had a Wi-Fi upgrade recently, so we're getting technically the double amount of Wi-Fi I was previously, which has probably helped a lot. Time and time again, my voice is going. Oh. Like I said, I should really be probably streaming. This makes more sense. But no, I'm committed to the bit now. Besides, long episodes actually do well on YouTube. For some reason, they've been recent. It's like streams, no videos. That actually posted a random 9-minute video because normally it used to be like the golden thing. And a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, let's see what that was. And I got a comment on it at least, so it must have got pushed a bit. But I was also feeling the weather a bit as well. It was quite warm and not feeling so energetic and positive, I'd say. I think it was in a bit of a mood. Because I was like, yeah, I kind of like relaxed back a bit and wasn't as constant in my talking. But to be fair, sometimes I start talking and then my brain goes, hold on a second, what are you doing? And then it's, there's been a few in this episode, but for this episode it's been me trying not to look a complete tit at what I'm doing. Thankfully this first goal bit is sped up. I don't go. Do you mind? So yeah, who knows? The rational mind would never say, yeah, keep doing YouTube, because, you know, it's not technically that's successful. I mean, people have had careers. I mean, I've watched YouTubers who were similar, probably similar age to I was now, or a bit younger, and then they've had kids now. And that's like a 5 to 6 year period of where it was like, oh yeah, a couple of years ago they were pretty young and energetic and deaf, and then it's like, oh yeah, they've hit the millions, and then not to say they died off, but they kind of, well, that's part because we're COD YouTubers and they're in the vicious cycle of playing what they're playing. That's why I see Landon went. But it's one of them. I don't want to be following trends. I don't want, basically, I don't want to try. I can do little trends like video lengths and odds and sods, but I don't want to go like new at games and maybe a lot of stuff like that. And it's like, but as much as I try editing stuff, I'm not. It winds me up. I hate. I feel like I'm wasting time. The problem is I've not got vision. I've got vision, but I've not got vision in that sense. I don't. Oops. I don't plan out the videos properly enough to warrant editing anything grand. I don't really know how to edit things at grand. I know I kind of knew and don't. I can learn if I wanted to, but for what will not make me money, for what will not advance my career, or for what not really be appreciated potentially because YouTube might bury it, I'm not. But I mean, a few hours I put a day away a couple of times editing stuff. It's like a good chunk of a day. That's one tower left. But yeah, it's one of them. I can't justify right now on this channel to put more effort in my editing. And that's been an issue because I've enjoyed seeing what I make and have fun, and I've tried stuff. I've made mistakes many times. I mean, the last one I put out, it's not perfect. There's massive gaps. It's like, oh. There's been little moments of cheek I've had. And it's like, bits where it's gone, yeah, it looks a bit tacky. But I'm not illusioned. I know how long animation takes. I know how long video editing takes. It's the same sort of. You'd spend hours nitpicking, and at the end of it, you get what you get out of it. But you only get out as much as you put in, and even then, you put more in than you get out. It is that industry which I'm in. A graphic designer, you can get away with a bit of luck sometimes. And what I'm doing technically will be more production side, so I'm not going to suffer as much through constant pitches and designs and things. I can have custom orders which will all be like that a little bit, but playing on my strengths and my creativity is what I aim to, so it's one of them. What I hopefully will be qualified in. I think I'm qualified in. No one easy. It's all good sides putting in that direction. At least, so. The fact that this is built this well, I didn't. I never actually thought about how much blocks you use, and it's like, why can't I use the fill command? It's saying it's too large an area, it's not that big. And then I do some pretty stupid shit, but the survival really just bring you back down home to how much resources you use and mode. But yeah, I think it's one of them. The YouTube side of things, it will happen, it will not happen, it'll do what it wants. And if it's a small community, it's a small community. I'm not asked about that. I mean, people are nice and all that. Discord's in the description, by the way. Plug that while I'm paying attention to this random conversation. If you're still watching, I mean, I do weird pauses, I do stupid shit like that. I'm incredibly me. To say I'm human is not an understatement. That might actually be a new strategy to this. To dig down, because you have gravity assisted. That actually is quite a neat strategy. It's just the climbing up and down, so technically if I do a couple blocks... Just holding down left click, that's nice. But yeah, I don't know where this conversation's going. I've got no plan with this conversation. Like I said, I'm just sort of background rambling while I'm trying to concentrate on where I'm aiming my pickaxe, but yeah. And not to be morbid, but to be morbid. I randomly saw today a Map Pack 2028, but basically he's been involved in some lobbyist thing where it's like, okay, he's just been linked to some policy making nonsense, and it's like, okay. But it's like, actually, if he did run for president, Mr. President, that's a game theory. No, I've done that fucked up line, didn't I? Mr. President, that's not just a theory, it's a game theory. Thanks. But it's one of them. You think back a couple of years ago when you're all rosy-eyed and all the YouTubers, there was no... Most YouTube drama was deaths, which sounds bad, but now in retrospect, but it was deaths and maybe cheating and Fallout, and then you think after 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16 is probably the start of the bad year for YouTube, and then more of the, let's just say, sexual predators, cheating, underage, nonsense, all that came out. You know, you had RT, Rooster Teeth, not the Irish guy, though he's good person to watch. Had the company they lost, well, they lost, had staff issues over the years, and then they had certain characters, bad actors, and basically adults being adults and doing stupid shit. But that's just the benefit of the company being that free. They had a little bit of ego power. Potentially they could have already had better press because it's 5 till now. If things like that happen, who knows? But like I said, the old YouTuber I remember is it's there. It's almost dead. It's meh. But then I remember watching, the Dude Jaffa Factory series. It was like, and there's a joke of, thank God we're not relevant anymore, and like a joke, and it's like, yeah, it's fun. It's kind of, and it's like, there's a video like said the fall of the Yogscast. It's like, yeah, there was issues with Terps, but he was, while a big personality on screen, a big bad guy. It was like, yeah, but if he did that mysteries, he's more background role. It's like, okay. Shin was the one that hurt it. I mean, he's still subscribed to him. He's still got on YouTube uploading stuff. So I think Terps was the worst offender in that. It was just Shin was technically complicit in that, unfortunately. But it's one of them. That was their scandal. But in the same breath, they've had issues where they haven't escaped TTT. They still do that, but it's still fun to watch. It's that person-to-person reaction. It's still quite. I mean, Simon coming back in the new Jaffa Factory series was like, oh my god moment. I mean, Barry, how Harry, fits it well. Let's just say, at first it's kind of, I've watched a few things on the sods. It's like, yeah, but it's like, in my Jaffa Factory. and, and I've watched them to 100 episodes now. And it's like the previous, not this one, but the one before, same session, but mentioned, well, not the one before. I think it's probably 3 episodes ago. Was or was it 5? Because it was the 2 free zombie episode ones. But basically, they made a joke about the bees, and I completely forgot Jaffa Factory, the first one, died because they did the bee mod. And then there was wax copper going up for a statue being built. It's like, oh my god. But the fact of the matter is, it's kind of one of them. The goal is to make Jaffas in the factory. The journey is what we actually want to watch. Unfortunately, with the first season of that, is kind of the mods got old. I think they needed updating, so they did, and then stuff broke, and you kind of had the end goal completed, which brought you the best moment till this day of the classic theme. I honestly do wish, so when they do the final delivery scene, that is playing the classic outro. I mean, they could get it remastered. They could just like, can we have like a very long form of this, please? And because that is such a cool. I mean, I never had the desire to play a guitar, but I just. I mean, my uncle tried to literally pass me one and said here, and it's like learn. It's like, unfortunately, a part of my time where I probably think I regret not learning in the same breath. I don't think I had it in me to do it. Now I've become jaded to everything in that sense. I'm not young enough and stupid enough to take the time out to do it. Because time has become more money, unfortunately. Age does stuff to you. But you know, that guitar riff, it's one of them. It's the build up. It's the. I do hope they still have rights to that. If they're not, they can. I mean, I think that the band still exists and does stuff occasionally. But if it's just like, even if they don't commission anything, it's just bring back that tune, just that once. It can be never used again, but the problem is YouTube is a pain in the ass for advertising, so potentially they have to have that, if they could get a copy of that tune, put it on the audio library, and then no issues. Because you watch like the Mecha Projects, the Simon's Buddy 50 channel thing that he's passed off a few people, they had like intermission songs in the political one they had, and it's like, oh yeah, I've got one of them, 2 of those downloaded songs because they're in the library, so they don't get copy struck, so it's one of them. Potentially they could get it in the library, which means anyone can use it, but in the same breath, also, but honestly, the Youngscast, they've stopped doing the big ticket stuff, like the live action stuff they used to do a little bit more, and it was like, I get why. I mean, I remember the last one I really enjoyed, it did involve Terps. Unfortunately, that was the back of the van around the track, which was like, Jesus Christ, this is dangerous, but it's like, out of nowhere, oh well, we're doing this random thing, and it was like, cool. And recently they've done stuff like Taskmaster, and then the Traitors, it's like, very good, but in the same breath it kind of was a bit ambitious. I mean, there was the one with the body scene of how do you get rid of a body, which was brilliant, but I'm not a member myself. I don't pay money. I'm a free user, aren't I? So I don't get to enjoy some of the other stuff which they've done, which is probably why I miss some of the older stuff. But it's one of them. I don't blame them. In the same shoes, I would probably be the same. But I can't justify myself spending on one because I've got like 50 people I like. I like them all. It's like the old Achievement Hunter Haunted Season 2. I would love to watch that, but it's the whole money thing, and it's like, yeah. Me being a bit frugal and because money probably doesn't matter to me that much. I could probably watch everything they've made and unsubscribe, but yeah. Unfortunately, the RT Rooster website died because of the adverts. I mean, I've got a working ad block now on YouTube, which is working fine. It's having a little bit of slow starting to play videos, but it's working. I can pay for the thing properly, and it runs as what download. I've got the extension. I downloaded the free trial and the paid thing. So I might get a year. It's like 60 quid for a yearly thing. So I could go. It's also got like a VPN service. It's like it's a proper anti-software protection. So it was like, yeah. But for now, I'll hang back. I've got a lot of costs need to come out. So I was thinking I'll take about 20 minutes taking this down, and I've got to 1 hour and 15 minutes currently, and we're at this point. So honestly, this is not took as long as I was fearing it was, but that's because I probably started rambling a little bit more efficiently, doing a bit more efficiently. I'm not spending so long being slow. Besides, it was another hour on the time played. I can't believe it's gone already. Even though I've been tearing down this, it's like I don't like removing stuff. I don't like deleting stuff. But I can justify it if I'm gonna have it on video. Like I said, thing is, YouTube's been nice because I can justify playing games to myself and wasting time because it's recorded. There's evidence I'm not just playing games. I mean, I am with a lot of other games, to be fair. But for stuff I randomly sink hours in for no reason, it can be watched. It's entertainment now. It's not. And who knows, maybe I keep doing stuff and all of a sudden old stuff comes up and everyone's watching stuff. It's like, whoa. But I think as a channel, I mean, I'm at 71,000 views, something down, 71,000 views. It's like, huh. But ages ago, it was like in 15,000 at most. And that was like after like 6-7 years. And then this last year or so was like got quadrupled. Last year, it was like, well, it is quadrupled, I think it is. You think the first year of the channel, nothing ever happened. And then after that, I started making stuff. And it's like, it is cool. But I mean, there's people, the small creators I subscribe to because they subscribe to me. And it's kind of like a friend on thing, which I don't like doing because it's like it's a bit scummy. It's like I subscribe to you, you subscribe to me. It's like that's not really what the point is. But some of them stopped a bit, randomly uploaded. But that was like my position. I took massive ass long month breaks off YouTube originally. No one's ever actually watching me, so it never really mattered. But they had better success, but life got in the way. And I mean, it was a while ago now. I finally saw Buzzlet. I think he randomly hopped on and said hi. Got some in Discord that occasionally upload, but life is a shithole. I mean, it's got worse with the economy, I will admit. Things are a lot tighter than they used to be a couple of years ago. But you bear and grin, and if you have to get your head down and earn money to live, you have to get your head down and earn money to live. It's unfortunately when you're at small scale YouTube, which I'm definitely small scale. I'm not as small scale as I used to be, but I'm definitely. I mean, I can't believe we're nearing 250. I did say I was gonna. I think I did my 200, so I was not going to celebrate anything until I get to 250, and then I'm going to celebrate, and then that was next is 300. So I think I'm 246 currently. So if you will watch this and you've got to this point and you're still here after all my rambling, after all my nonsense, somehow dealing with me as a person, rambling and being me, do like, and most importantly, do subscribe, because well, liking helps the video and generally shows me I was actually paying attention to the damn thing, because it's like average click through, whatever that means, every few counters, like a few minutes, it's like, yeah, but if people have literally clicked on the video, clicked off of it, that will drag it down, so it's like, and sometimes I typically watch the entire video when it first comes out to try and boost the algorithm, like it and all that, and try and boost its view percent out, but if someone else does it, so if you do like and subscribe, comment down below and all that, it's like, oh, I'm doing something. It could be literally any sort of comment. Put it under hashtag Jim asked me to do this or something daft, just because unfortunately it is. I mean, like I said, recently as in Wednesday's live stream, and being oh by the way I've watched you for 2 years. That was like, huh, this feeling I am. I am honoured you could join us, but it's like, huh, someone's a fan. It's a weird thing to think about because I've just had this sort of idea of talking to myself, which I am right now as a video, but. And then more recently, it's kind of like, oh, YouTube keeps running out, so how many people can I get to stick? And it's like jumping around. And I did a bunch of Ravenfield was doing well. I mean, I can do another one at any time, any point in life, but it's like, it became a chore. I did not enjoy keep playing that game because it's not been updated. It's not. I mean, I can probably go back to it now and do a bit, but posting like one every week sort of thing. But that was because I think I practically made a video every day almost at some point, so I just kept making quick ones and uploading it. It came a chore. It wasn't like that much time, but it was like in and out making the videos, and it did bring the channel back from the brink of deadness. It did revive it. It did bring it to what it is now. And who knows, I might go back and do it and randomly get some good views on it and go, I like this idea, the views, the channel likes, the actual physical evidence that things are going well. Because I don't get likes, I don't get comments, and I occasionally get subscribers, so it's like, But it's like, well, it's time subscribers, so you never really know. I'm not booming that big to go, oh yeah, by the way, this is where we're getting all this. It's like, I post randomly a video of ICBM, I get a subscriber for it. What? Okay, cool. But I don't get much views, so it's like, we're almost there. I can stop rambling and jump with this down video and question my life choices. I think I was going to do I might do a small bit of land flattening with a shovel, but other than that, I spent too long doing. But I did promise, I did say I was thinking about roofing this down in survival, and I've done it. I've made the choice, I've committed to it. I mean, unfortunately, life's got with it. I keep seeing things are now saying Storm's going to sell Gibraltar. It's like, oh, please don't. That could be the more right-wing. I say right-wing shills. I'm probably fairly right-wing in my opinions, but I'm not that right-wing. Probably for me, I have left-wing opinions. I have right-wing opinions. I'm fed up with the nonsense because recently we've been trying to. Well, we've managed to use solicitors and sell a house better than we can get broadband. Because funny enough, when you speak to people who don't speak English as their first language, and you have someone with a thicker, say, foreign accents trying to speak English, and then they can't understand English, whereas you speak to them, you generally have issues. And it's like, can you stop speaking to a script, please? Can we have a conversation? And it's like, and that's not even me dealing with them, that's me hearing them being dealt with, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, this country's got quite a lot of immigration issues. Anyway, before I keep doing anything that sort of whole race war, let's get into clearing out some land, I think. Or do we leave this another time? I think we leave this another time. I think you can see where the arches used to be, but let's get up to the top of there and think I packed that entire arch in these boxes. So yeah, potentially I'm thinking maybe a plaza into the arch or something daft, and you can have a little like shopping area around there. It's like a town centre almost. But that's future ideas. I think there's a coaster apparently. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Do like subscribe. It honestly does give me motivation to keep doing these, and generally brightens up my day. Comment down below. That generally does help typically. Or at least slightly feel mean. It's not mean. Only slightly feel sad after mean comments, but you know, it's whatever. You can be deleted if I have to. Which I may have done a couple times with certain people who just came in immediately negative. That was also around 2016. It was a bad year for YouTube, honestly. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. There's a playlist in the playlist section that is the Minecraft Castles, and this goes back about 7 years, mind you, and it's all the videos and live streams, not really in order, half in order, one part's videos, one part's live streams, and then new stuff being put on top of the list, so do please check the dates, and I warn you, some stuff is very old, and not so good quality, so unfortunately I can't promise you brilliance, but, you know, it's one of them. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. A goodbye.